They told you eclipses were just shadows cast upon the moon, a celestial event with no meaning beyond science. But what if I told you this upcoming lunar eclipse is far more than an astronomical occurrence? What if this portal in the sky was an ancient key, unlocking a transformation so profound, so irreversible, that your very essence could be transmuted into something greater? Type this in the comments. I embrace the transformation. Let the universe know you are ready. And if you feel the pull of something deeper, something beyond the ordinary, like this video now, because what I'm about to reveal might change the way you see reality forever. For centuries, mystics, alchemists, and initiates of secret orders have spoken of celestial gateways, moments in time when the fabric of existence thins, allowing those who are prepared to step into higher awareness. They knew that the lunar eclipse was not just a shift in the sky, but a shift in consciousness itself. And those who understood its secrets could harness its power for true alchemical transmutation. This is not metaphor. This is not myth. This is an ancient process, one that has been hidden in plain sight, encoded in symbols, whispered through sacred texts, and protected by those who knew the truth. And now, it is time for you to remember. Because whether you realize it or not, this eclipse marks a point of no return. The energies it carries will not simply pass, they will embed themselves into your very being, altering your path, your perception, and your destiny. But here's the question. Will you resist this transformation, clinging to the old self? Or will you surrender to the fire and emerge as something more? Stay with me until the end, because I'm about to unveil the forgotten knowledge that has been obscured for ages. I'll take you deep into the esoteric wisdom behind lunar portals, the hidden power they unlock, and how you can align yourself with this cosmic shift. But know this, once you hear the truth, you cannot unsee it. Are you ready? Long before modern civilization mapped the skies with telescopes, the ancients understood something that we have long forgotten. The heavens are not separate from us. The celestial bodies are not distant objects floating in a void. They are living forces, mirrors of our own transformation, guiding us through cycles of death, rebirth, and transcendence. The lunar eclipse has always been seen as a moment of profound alchemy. The ancient Egyptians believed that during an eclipse, the sun and the moon, representing spirit and matter, merged in a sacred union, creating a temporary doorway between worlds. To them, the moon was the gateway to the subconscious, the realm of hidden truths, and during an eclipse, that gateway was flung wide open. In Vedic astrology, the shadow planets Rahu and Ketu were said to devour the sun and moon during an eclipse, disrupting the natural flow of time and space. But this was not destruction. It was an invitation, a test. Those who understood its power could step beyond illusion and into enlightenment. The alchemists of the medieval world saw the eclipse as a reflection of their own great work, the process of turning base metals into gold, which was never just about physical transformation, but the transmutation of the soul. They believed that during an eclipse, the veil between worlds was at its thinnest, allowing access to deeper layers of consciousness. To them, the blackening of the moon was the nigredo stage, the dark night of the soul, where the old self dies so that something purer may emerge. Even the Mayans, one of the most astronomically advanced civilizations in history, knew that eclipses were not random. They were precise cosmic signals. They recorded them with obsessive detail, not out of fear, but out of reverence, because they understood these moments were cosmic rituals, where the universe itself performed an act of transformation. But here's what has been hidden from you. This process is not just happening in the sky, it is happening within you. Every eclipse is an initiation, Every shadow cast upon the moon is a reflection of the shadows you carry within. And this upcoming eclipse is a portal unlike any other, because this time the alignment is different. The energy is charged in a way it hasn't been for centuries. And for those who are ready, it offers something rare, an irreversible shift. A moment where the old self is burned away and something new, something higher, takes its place. But not everyone will see it. Not everyone will feel it. Because transformation is a choice, and this is where the real journey begins. You may not realize it yet, but the energy of this eclipse has already begun weaving itself into your reality. The shift is subtle at first, a whisper in the back of your mind, a feeling that something is changing, though you cannot yet see it. But make no mistake, this is an alchemical transmutation in motion, and it cannot be undone. To understand what is truly happening, you must look beyond the physical event and into the unseen forces at play. A lunar eclipse is not just an alignment of celestial bodies. It is a cosmic reset, a moment where the lunar energy, connected to intuition, emotion, and the subconscious, is fully engulfed in shadow before emerging reborn. And what happens in the sky mirrors what happens within you. This is why ancient initiates sought out eclipses as sacred rites of passage. They understood that the darkness was not to be feared, but embraced, because within the shadow lies the key to transformation. The parts of yourself you've hidden, denied, or suppressed. This eclipse will bring them to the surface. It will force you to confront them, to dissolve them, and to step into a version of yourself that has been waiting to be awakened. Think of a serpent shedding its skin. It does not resist the process. It allows the old layer to peel away so that the new form can emerge. This is what the lunar eclipse is asking of you. To let go of the outdated beliefs, patterns, and energies that no longer serve you. To surrender to the cosmic fire that will refine you into something greater. But here is where the choice comes in. Some will resist. Some will cling to their old selves, their old stories, refusing to step into the unknown. And for them, the eclipse will pass as just another night in the sky. But for those who are ready, this moment will be a turning point, one that alters their path forever. You might already feel it, the pull toward something deeper, the sense that you are being prepared for something beyond the ordinary. This is not your imagination. It is the frequency of the eclipse calling you forward. Because in truth, the moon is not just a celestial body. It is a mirror. And what you see in its shadow is what you are meant to face within yourself. But the question remains, will you look away, or will you step forward into the unknown? Because what happens next will determine everything. There is a reason why so many ancient teachings warned of the power hidden within eclipses. The wise knew that these celestial events were more than just cycles of light and shadow. They were gateways to transformation, but only for those prepared to walk through them. What makes this particular eclipse so potent is not just its alignment, but its energy signature. It carries the force of alchemical transmutation, a shift so deep that once it begins, there is no turning back. This is why many people feel restless before an eclipse, why emotions surge unexpectedly, why the past seems to rise from the depths. The universe is testing you, asking you, are you truly ready to let go? To understand the true power of this moment, we must turn to one of the greatest secrets of ancient alchemy, the law of equivalent exchange. Nothing is transformed without sacrifice. To gain wisdom, one must release ignorance. To ascend, one must shed the weight of what no longer serves. This is the nature of true transmutation. During this eclipse, an ancient process unfolds. First, the dissolution phase, where everything that is false, outdated, or misaligned within you is illuminated and begins to break apart. Old wounds may resurface, subconscious fears may rise, but this is not a punishment. It is an unveiling. Then comes the purification phase, the sacred fire of transformation. Here, those who resist will feel struggle, while those who surrender will feel liberation. This is where ego attachments are burned away, making space for something higher to take root. And finally, the rebirth phase, the emergence from darkness into clarity. This is when the shift becomes irreversible. Once the old self is dissolved, the new self cannot return to what was. The path forward is illuminated, but only for those who have embraced the process fully. This is the secret hidden in every myth of resurrection, every legend of divine transformation. The darkness is not an end, it is a passage. And those who step through it emerge not as who they were, but as who they were always meant to be. But here's the truth, few will tell you. This process is not automatic. Not everyone who experiences the eclipse will be transformed. Some will feel its energy and do nothing. Some will ignore the signs, suppress the calling, and remain exactly as they were. But those who answer, those who recognize that this moment is a gift, a cosmic opportunity, they will awaken, because this eclipse is not happening to you. It is happening for you, and the choice is entirely yours. Now that you understand the deeper truth behind this eclipse, the question remains: how do you align yourself with its power? How do you ensure that this cosmic shift does not pass you by, but instead becomes the turning point of your transformation? The ancients never simply observed celestial events, they engaged with them. They saw them as living energies, forces to be worked with, channeled, and integrated. And so must you. Step 1. The ritual of release. On the night of the eclipse, take a moment to write down everything you are ready to let go of. Old beliefs, toxic patterns, limiting fears, anything that has kept you from stepping into your highest self. Do not filter your thoughts. Let them spill onto the page like ink from a wound. Once you have poured your truth onto paper, burn it. Watch the flames consume what no longer serves you, just as the shadow consumes the moon. This is your signal to the universe that you are ready to shed the past. Step 2. The mirror of the moon. Find a quiet place where you can gaze at the eclipse, if not physically, then in your mind's eye. Close your eyes and visualize the moon as a great cosmic mirror. As its light is swallowed by shadow, ask yourself, what parts of me have been hidden? What truth have I avoided? Let the answers come without resistance. The eclipse will show you what you need to see. Do not fear what arises. It is not here to harm you. It is here to free you. Step 3. The breath of transmutation. As the eclipse reaches its peak, practice deep, conscious breathing. Inhale slowly, imagining the energy of the moon filling your lungs, cleansing your being. Hold the breath. Feel it merging with your essence. Then exhale, releasing all that no longer belongs to you. Each breath is an alchemical act. Each inhale draws in transformation. Each exhale releases what was. Step 4. The invocation of becoming. When the light of the moon begins to return, speak aloud a simple yet profound truth. I am ready. I surrender. I become. These words are not just sounds. They are a declaration, a contract with the universe. When spoken with intent, they signal that you have stepped through the portal, never to return the same. The eclipse is not here to change you against your will. It is here to offer you a choice. Will you walk forward as the same person you were yesterday? Or will you allow yourself to be refined, transformed, reborn? The universe does not force evolution. It simply opens the door. The rest is up to you. This eclipse is more than a moment in time. It is a portal, a threshold, a choice. For those who remain asleep, it will pass like any other night. But for those who are ready, for those who feel the pull of something deeper, it will mark the beginning of an irreversible transformation, an alchemical shift that cannot be undone. You now stand at the edge of this great transmutation. The energies are already at work, dismantling the old, making way for the new. But the question remains, will you surrender to the process, or will you resist? Because the truth is, there is no going back. Once you have glimpsed the reality beyond the veil, you cannot unsee it. Once the fire of transformation has touched you, you cannot remain unchanged. So I ask you, what are you ready to leave behind? And more importantly, who are you ready to become? Type your answer in the comments below. Declare it to the universe. Speak your transformation into existence. And if this message has resonated with you, if you feel the stirring of something ancient awakening within, like this video now. Let the algorithm of the cosmos know that you are ready. The eclipse is coming. The portal is opening, and soon, the shadows will reveal the truth. Be ready.